The version I'm going to show you here, it's an optical illusion, but I'm going to show you an easier version because the original one has to do with circles that get bigger and bigger and bigger. And as we know, circles can be hard to find. You can find things to trace with it, but to get really perfect circles with really good distance between one circle to the next can be really hard. So I'm going to make a little bit of a version of this. And we're going to use spirals. So I'll just turn you over here. I just started this one. So what you're seeing is like a big spiral. So on your paper, obviously smaller. So what you do is you'd start out with a big spiral. Probably want to use a black. And then the way I'm going to add some more layers to it is I'm actually going to, in the middle of the first spiral, create another spiral. Go ahead and mute yourself. Okay, so that works like that. So instead of finding like the perfect circles and getting bigger and bigger with perfect circles, we're just going to work with the spiral thing. Now you may have seen this project before. A couple of things that you can use would be, let's see, I wrote down some ideas. You could do a foot, a hand, you could make a big heart or a star, some kind of figure. So I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to use my hand. Actually, let me use a heart. Why not? Because I think the next page has my hand. So for here, I'm going to use a heart. So on here, what you're going to want to do is, it doesn't really matter where it is. So here's my heart. So what you've created is sections that are inside the heart and sections that are outside the heart. Now what happens inside the heart is going to be very different than what happens on the outside. So we're going to play with cool colors and warm colors. And you guys know, we've done this in class, your cool colors remind you of water or ice. So you have purples, greens, and blue. These are pretty easy. And then your warm colors, of course, remind you of fire or heat. So you have your red, yellow, and orange. So you have your basic colors in your markers. So you could choose, since the hearts are normally like red, let's choose to have the warm colors on the inside of the heart. So the way we would do this is you could start on the outside here and do, okay, I'm going to do yellow. So I have 3 warm colors. So yellow, and then this one's going to be red. And like I said, you may have seen this project before, but this is a variation with the spiraling. And you'll see how the difference, the inside isn't going to be really much different. It's the outside that changes it. And then you have yellow is next. And then you just go all the way inside. Obviously, you would color it much fuller and deeper than I am right now. And then you'd start again, orange. So one thing you can do is actually, so that way I know what to color, is I like to do yellow, red, orange, red, yellow. Orange, red, yellow. And then orange. So actually, this is going to be a tricky one. So orange, red, yellow, orange, red. So this is a tricky one. So this section right here is going to be all red. Like I said, I like to mark them first before coloring it, and then that way I won't make a difference. So after red, we have yellow. So on the inside of this little spiral here, this is going to be yellow. Okay, so there we've assigned our colors for the inside of our heart. Now, to do the outside of our heart, since we have 2 spirals, we're only going to need 2 colors. So if we did circles, we would do every circle we did. So let's say the middle circle would be green, blue, purple, green, blue, purple. But since we have 2 spirals, we're only going to need 2 cool colors. So I'm going to do purple and blue. So I'm going to start with blue. And since it's a spiral, it's going to go all the way like this. So here's my blue. It's going to go all the way around that first loop. Okay, I'm just going to stop there because technically my loop keeps going, right? Because it's a spiral, so it just keeps going. Now, my purple will be for my first loop, or my second loop, sorry. And then you just kind of go around, so then here, purple would keep going. And then you just kind of keep going all the way around. And color, 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 okay? So I have one that's a little bit more finished, so you can see it. This one I used my hand, and I wanted to give you one that you could see a little bit more. Now this one I used green and blue, so you can kind of see how that spiral works. So here, my blue would keep going, and then my green right here would keep going. Okay, so once you get that hand done, after that, it's really just about the spiral. Okay, so like I said, this is a little bit of a different version that you normally see. It just makes it a little bit easier so you don't have to have those perfect circles. So you're focusing on your warm and cool colors and making sure the inside of your object is one or the other, and I'll let you choose which one. I chose warm inside inside the hand and inside the heart because those tend to be warm. We're warm-blooded people, and hearts tend to be red and things like that. So the outside would be the opposite complementary cool color.